Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Mr. Riley coming to you live from the West Coast, the best coast, the West Side. Hopefully, you're doing well wherever you're watching from. And first of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this particular video. Um, have you ever wanted something that you thought that could add value to your content creation or just to your setup? Well, in this particular video, I'm going to discuss one of my recent purchases. In fact, I ordered it just last night and it arrived today. Thank goodness for Amazon Prime. But do me a favor, why don't you go ahead and smash that like button, and you can subscribe. That would be really, really cool. But let's go ahead and talk about what we what I want to talk about tonight. So I was in the market for just wanting to have another piece of gear to my setup, and so that piece of gear is basically a gimbal. And you're probably asking, Mr. Riley, what is a gimbal? For those of you who do not know what a gimbal is, a gimbal is a device that filmmakers use, content creators use to add a little bit more stabilization to their camera or to their phone. And so what I wanted to do, I kind of saved up my little pennies over here. Being an early childhood special educator, you gotta you gotta save up. And so I just had an opportunity to save up for this particular item. Like I said, I saved up, ordered it last night, and it arrived here via Amazon Prime. So this, just in case you want to know what a gimbal looks like, let me just show you real quick, and then you've probably seen one before. So it looks something like this right here. And so this is a collection of different kinds of gimbals. You've probably seen one that looks similar to this right here. This is one for a DSLR or a mirrorless camera where you can mount it, and just adds a little bit more stability to your setup, making sure that your camera is stable as get a couple of shots. It might be an action shot and things of that nature. And so they make them for the cameras, but they also make them for cellular devices. And so I have one for my this particular one that I got, not this one here, but this one right here is the one that I got for my cell phone. And so you've probably seen guys walk around if they're shooting a movie. This is kind of a high-tech kind of gimbal, but also, like I said, it just provides a little bit more stabilization for the camera, and it makes it a little bit easier to kind of move up and down without a whole bunch of hand moving, and it kind of eliminates the jerkiness of everything. And so these are different kinds of gimbals right here. And so I just thought it would be kind of cool to show you the particular gimbal that I got. And so let's go ahead and open this box, shall we? So let me move over to my overhead camera right there. And let me move some things out the way. So here we are right here. Got this nice box. Let me move some things, move the microphone back. We have a nice big box here from Amazon. And so let's just go ahead and open it up if you can. Sorry for all of the noise, but yeah, I figured this would add a little bit more, make my presentation as I'm shooting. I have an iPhone, which one is it, 13, and I really like it. And so I figured, why not go ahead and purchase this particular device? It's going to add some stabilization. I can also use this to create content in my own classroom. And this particular gimbal has a tracking feature. So, I can program it to just kind of track my eyes. And from what I understand, this particular gimbal goes around 360 degrees. And so I can use it on a tabletop or desktop in my classroom. I can probably use it here in my studio setup. And, definitely when I'm out and about, if I'm creating content, with my family on vacation. So kind of anxious to see what all this stuff is. Let me just add that right there. And this one is, let's move the box out the way. That's an empty box. And this one is the Steadicam, the Hohem iSteady M6 kit. And so it's packaged really nice. And what I'll probably do is I'll end up doing a review after I've kind of used this a little bit and kind of got used to all the features of this particular gimbal. But this is it right here. And so, yeah, so it has a tracking device right here. Here's the gimbal right here, and it has a whole bunch of different features that I can use. And then if you look closely, it is compatible with my iPhone. So let's go ahead and just kind of show you right there. There's a little sign right there. So all I have to do, from what I understand, is download the app, and I can use this bad boy. So let's go ahead and see if I can get a sharp object to open up the plastic here, and we'll go from there. There we go. Yeah, I've always wanted one of these. I've seen some of my friends who are content creators, and they have this, and you know, I love using my iPhone. I use it often, especially when I'm doing things for my church and the community, and also for my classroom. And so, you know, sometimes I struggle with bringing a large tripod to my classroom and trying to set that up. So why not use something that I could use it to track my face as I'm recording? And I think this is going to be a wonderful, wonderful addition to my setup. So here, let me just open the box here at the top, and we'll just go through some of the components that are in the box. And I think it has a hard case. So let's just, and it does. So let's put that right there. So it's a nice case right here. It's nice and black, and it has a handle. So that's that right there. So let's go ahead and open up this bad boy. So here we are, and I believe that's how you call it, the Hohem. So here's a charging cable right here. There's a charging cable. Looks like there's some instructions. Here's the instruction manual right there. All right. So we'll just put that up there. Charging cable. This will be the tripod, I believe. So I can mount this at the bottom, and it just kind of opens up. And that's going to be the bottom if I wanted to use it in my classroom on the tabletop. So that's pretty cool. Let's fold that back down. And here is what the bad boy looks like right here. So I'll probably turn it on and, you know, try to play with it a little bit. So I'm imagining this is where my iPhone would sit right here. I know that you have to kind of balance it out. I have the opportunity to use it in both portrait and landscape mode, so that's pretty cool. It looks like it's a USB-C kind of situation here. And then it also has a place where I can mount another light if I want to, a light source or some other kind of device here. So it looks pretty sturdy. And here's I'm assuming a button where I can, you know, change the orientation of the gimbal. So this is my first time having such a device, and so it's going to take me a little time to you know, to get used to you know, using this particular device. And so let me just see if I can add some value to anyone who's out there looking for a gimbal. And like I said, I'll probably do a review a little bit later on, just, you know, after a couple of weeks of having it and using it out, you know, in my classroom and just out and about with my family. But here's a couple of things that I kind of thought about. You know, it was like, why, Mr. Riley, why would you buy a gimbal? Well, there's a couple of reasons why I would, you know, want to purchase, or maybe some reasons why you should purchase a gimbal if you're thinking about one. First of all, if you're thinking about purchasing a gimbal such as this, make sure it's compatible to your device, right? And so I know just by looking at the box and also doing some research, I know that this particular device is compatible with my smartphone, and so I believe I have to download the app, and so I'll do that, and then connect it Bluetooth, and that's how it kind of operates. That's how the cell phone and the gimbal will kind of talk to one another. And then also, you know, which features are most important for you. So if you want something that's going to shoot a lot of action, you know, you might want to have something that has some kind of active tracking ability or stabilization, or even a sport mode. I know a lot of you know, content creators use this if they're skateboarding, or maybe they're snowboarding or something like that. And so, you know, you might want to check out the different kind of features. And then also, when you're buying a gimbal, you want to think about the size and weight, because you're going to have this in your hand. You want to make sure that it's not too heavy for you, or because if it's going to be heavy for you, then you're not going to be able to create the content or capture the content that you want, because you're always going to complain and about it being too heavy for your hands. So think about the weight and size, especially if you plan to carry it with you frequently. And then also another thing to consider when buying a gimbal, think about the price. If you have a budget in mind, like I said, if we showed you a couple of moments ago the different kinds and different types of gimbals, and so whatever fits your budget. There's gimbals that are cheaper than this particular one that I purchased. There are gimbals that are a lot higher, and so you got to figure out what price point you want. And for this particular device, because I don't want to use it right now with my I have a Canon M50 right here. I could purchase another gimbal for my camera like this, but I figured because I'm using my cell phone, my smartphone, this is probably the way to go for me. And then last, think about maybe the brand reputation. You might want to do some research. You can Google a lot of information about the different kinds of gimbals. And now, even with AI, you might even go ahead and put some information in Chat GPT, just to see what kind of comparison it might give you as it relates to the brand, and if it's reliable, and if the quality of the brand is going to be very, very good. And you can definitely check out a whole bunch of reviews as it relates to the gimbal that you're thinking about purchasing. And so that's it, that's all. I'm going to have some fun kind of setting up this particular gimbal right here. So let me get my eyes out the way. There you go. There you go. So I'm going to have some fun kind of playing with this gimbal and becoming familiar with it and using it in my content creation setup. So that's it, that's all. And just check back with me. Like I said, I'll do a review for this particular, like I said, this particular gimbal is the Hohem iSteady M6 kit. So that's it right there. Yeah. So it's going to be fun for the next couple of days. I know my son is graduating in a few days, and so maybe this is something that I could use to kind of document, the graduation day in a few days. So yeah, so that's it. That's all. Wow. I'm so excited about using this. And one thing I did not see or maybe it's in here. I did not see the tracking device for, oh, you know what? Duh, it's right here. It's right here on the side. So it's a black, in the promo that I was watching, it was actually a white tracking device. And so this one right here is the tracking device right here. And so this is going to allow me to kind of move around hands-free using the tripod that comes. I can attach it to the bottom of this particular gimbal right here. There we go. I can attach it to the bottom, and using this tracking device right here, it's going to track my face. And so like I said, I'll just have to become familiar with using this gimbal, and I'm looking forward to using it in my content creation setup. I love the gear, and I just can't wait to share the review video with you in a couple of weeks. So other than that, do me a favor. If you like this particular video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you really want to do me a favor and also do yourself a favor, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Leave a comment, and that would be really, really appreciative. And then before I go, here it is. Here's the call to action right here. If you want to just say hello to Mr. Riley, go ahead and say hey. Subscribe to Mr. Riley's World on YouTube. And then the last thing, if you want to support me in my efforts, go ahead over to buymeacoffee.com and just do a search for Mr. Riley's World. That way, that's one way you can support the channel over here and what we're trying to do with our content creation setup. So other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll definitely catch you in the next video. Peace and take care.